If you want to find out how to run TikTok ads in the United States from anywhere in the world, especially for purposes like dropshipping, you're in the right place. In this video, I'll show you, based on my own experience, how I launched ads in the American market from Germany. Step 1. First, we need an American IP address, and the easiest way to do this is with a VPN. I used Atlas VPN for this, and there is a link in the description. However, you can of course use any other VPN provider of your choice. It's important to mention that we actually only need the American IP address for registration. Once we've registered the account in the US, we can log in afterward with any IP address. Step 2. Next, we head over to TikTok ads to create an account. After setting up your email and password, you'll need to provide some information about your account. Additionally, you'll have to input a US phone number. I've already explained how to obtain one in this video, so I won't go over it again here. After registration, TikTok will prompt you for more details before your account can be activated. In my case, I selected some random address in the USA from Google Maps, loosely matching my IP, but this isn't really necessary. The activation of your account might take some time after entering this information. For me, it took between 1 and 2 days. Also, it took me several registration attempts before an account was actually activated. Don't ask me why, it seemed entirely random as I used a different address each time. In any case, don't be discouraged if your account isn't activated on the first try. Keep trying until it works. For me, it took approximately 3 to 5 attempts. Once it's successful, you'll receive an email.
You've got mail.
And in the TikTok interface, you will see a "Good to go." Step 3. Now we can link our ad account to our TikTok account. To do this, go to User Settings and find Link TikTok Account. Then, authorize the connection and your account will be linked to the ads account. Step 4. Next, let's create a TikTok pixel to collect data for later insights. Go to Tools and then select Events. From there, proceed to Web Events. Let's create the pixel now. Since I want to link this with my Shopify store, we'll need the partner setup. However, if you prefer to manually add the pixel to your site, choose the manual setup here. Now, let's move on to Shopify, where we'll install the TikTok app. Ensure that the app is officially from TikTok and not some dubious third-party plugin. After installing the TikTok app on Shopify, we have to configure it in a couple of basic steps. First, we need to connect Shopify with our just created TikTok ads account. Then we also need to connect it with the TikTok Ads Manager. For the insights to be the most effective, we set data sharing to maximum. Now let's confirm everything and finish the setup. Our ad account is now under review, which roughly takes up to 24 hours. If we head back to the TikTok Ads Manager and refresh the page, we can now see our TikTok pixel, which is connected to Shopify. Excellent! There is one additional setting we want to activate in the pixel. Let's click on the pixel and head to Settings. There we want to turn on the Automatic Advanced Matching, which will give us even more data. Alrighty, we are done here, so let's move on. Step 5. The basic preparations are finally complete, and now we're ready to create our first campaign. A campaign is like the broad category where actual ad groups containing our advertising assets can be created. First, go to Campaign, then click on Create, and on the next page, choose Custom Mode. Our advertising objective is website conversions because we want to generate sales on Shopify. Give the campaign a name. Now, we've created a campaign, and let's move on to an ad group. Provide a descriptive name to keep track, especially if you are planning on having many ad groups. Now, select the previously created TikTok pixel. For the optimization event, I choose Complete Payment as it's my main goal, and I assume it is for most. Next, choose Select Placement and deactivate everything except TikTok. Under Advanced Settings, you can specify which interactions with the ad should be allowed. Definitely deactivate video download. There's no need to make it too easy for the competition. They'll find ways to get your video, but they should put in a bit of effort. Now comes the really exciting part, choosing our target audience. The first ad group should be relatively broad. We want to reach as many potential customers as possible and see where the TikTok algorithm takes us. It's in TikTok's interest that your campaign is successful, so you stay loyal to the platform and continue running ads. Therefore, at the beginning, I would try a broad campaign to observe how the algorithm works, allowing adjustments as needed. The budget shouldn't be too low to generate meaningful data. I start with $30 and adjust it during the course of the campaign. Next is the selection of creatives. Here, we want to choose one of the videos we've already uploaded to our TikTok account as creative. This way, we're directing traffic to our TikTok account, and the post gets views and comments, giving the account a more seasoned vibe. Essentially, we want to get the maximum value out of the ad, not just generate sales. After selecting the video, we need to enter the website address to which users will be directed when they click on the ad. Here, I directly input the product page because people prefer not to navigate through your entire shop to find the product. With that, we've created our first campaign including the ad group and can now submit it for review. The review typically takes about a day. Once it's approved, the ad is live. Step 6. As an additional step, let's create a specific ad group. It's always recommended to create and run multiple ad groups to compare what works and what doesn't. This way, you can react promptly, make adjustments, and optimize your campaign. In other words, adjust or stop underperforming ad groups and increase the budget for those performing well. The easiest way is to copy an existing ad group so you don't have to set up everything anew. Just change the elements you want to adjust. For this specific campaign, we tailor it to an imaginary, predefined target audience. Imagine the perfect customer for your product and try to derive a potential target audience from that. In this case, let's consider a kitchen gadget that mainly appeals to women, particularly those with families, mothers and grandmothers. We try to define that. Additionally, under interests and behaviors, we can specify interests our target audience might have or even choose hashtags they might engage with. However, it's essential not to be overly specific here. Otherwise, our audience might become too small and challenging to target. It's advisable to strike a balance between catering to your audience's interests and avoiding overly narrow selections. A good indicator is always the number in the top right corner, indicating our available audience. After setting up our target audience, we are finished on this page. We'll also leave the budget at $30 to have a direct and thus meaningful comparison with the other ad group. For the creative, we can now choose the same video as before, or even a completely different one. In this case, I chose the same because it's simply the best of my videos, allowing for an optimal comparison with the other ad group. We published this ad group as well and now wait for its approval. Both ad groups were approved the next day and ran from there. Theoretically, we could continue creating more specific ad groups, but that should be enough for this video. Now you know how to proceed to do this yourself. If you have any questions or issues, feel free to ask in the comments. If you're wondering how my ad groups performed, I will delve into that in detail in the next video, so feel free to leave a like if this video was helpful to you. Also, subscribe to find out how well or poorly this campaign went and how my e-commerce expedition in general progressed. Thanks for watching and see you soon.
Adiós. Adiós. Adiós.